Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking a cheeky look at VeChain and specifically the Uniswap ported DEX on VET. So Chris, this is an interesting one, right? Because new features for Uniswap ported DEX on the VeChain has basically, unveiled some interesting stuff, and we're going to get into that and see exactly what's going on there. And if you do find this useful, informative, maybe even entertaining at times, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. It's free, you'll be kept informed, so why not? Chris, anything else you'd like to add above and beyond the usual of this is my biggest bag and I love this project? Let's jump right into it.
You're just taking it away from me. Let's jump straight in, Nick.
Let's do it. So new features for Uniswap ported DEX on VeChain. This is the Vex Change. It has been unveiled. So let's get in and see what's crack-a-lacking, as Chris says. So VeChain developer 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 has presented a preview of the second iteration of decentralized exchange Vex Change. Initially launched with a simple swap function, Vex Change was later merged with a fork of the first version of Uniswap. So this is interesting stuff, right? Because basically it's a bit of a fork of Uniswap, actually now on the VeChain ecosystem. So in terms of the current landscape, 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 asserted that there is a need for a robust DeFi ecosystem that can compete with Ethereum. And we've seen a few of these things, and there's quite a few sharks, as I've often referred to it, Chris, in the water circling around Ethereum. And, if I were Ethereum, I'd be a little bit concerned about floating on that, that little surfboard, maybe with all the sharks around me. But it's only a matter of time there. But while Vex Change has received support from the VeChain Foundation, 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 sees a need to draw more attention to Vex Change's potential and capabilities that can be tapped by developers looking to build dApps. So here's a quote, right? So we sought out to update the nuts and bolts of Vex Change to become the foundation of DeFi on VeChain. Okay, which is an important thing to just note there. The second version of Vex Change v2 will therefore have quite a lot of new features: price oracles, flash loans, token-to-token pairs, integration with Sync2, which is a really important part of VeChain moving forward, among other things. Additionally, the community will be incentivized to participate in the governance model with a native token, and 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗓 added the following. It's important to note that we are still a modified fork of Uniswap, but in this case, Uniswap v2, as VeChain itself has several key distinctive features that differentiate it from Ethereum. Vex Change v2 inherently will have features that differentiate it from Uniswap v2. So really important stuff going on here, and I think, yeah, absolutely. There's certain things that Ethereum-based Uniswap is going to struggle with that you will not struggle so much with VeChain. And VeChain has some fantastic new functions and functionality that's going to completely change the way that something like a Uniswap v2 would actually have, right? And even just thinking about how you pay fees and the VIP 191 and all that kind of stuff, which actually I can see is actually the next line on this particular paragraph. And it's going to be really interesting landscape moving further forward, because decentralized finance on VeChain is ultimately what we're talking about here, which is another use case above and beyond the original scope, which was obviously supply chain management. Obviously, it has a high abundance of new functionality coming daily almost, it feels, Chris, when it comes to VeChain. And I do welcome DeFi and everything around Vex Change over to the VeChain platform. I think it's going to be fantastic. But let's carry on, because I did notice that VIP 191 is the next part here. So before I get too much into that, let's get into this. So amongst these features is the low cost of use with Vex Change. Eventually, VIP 191 is set to make the use of the decentralized exchange free of fees altogether, and that will be incredibly important. We think about one of the reasons I do not like using Uniswap is because actually it's more expensive than using something like Binance or even Coinbase at times, because you're paying an obscene amount of fees in Ethereum. And it's good to see some of these other projects cropping up that are actually, going to take that problem and hit it head on. So VeChain's developers also revealed that they have enabled a developer preview. That way, interested developers will be able to start gathering ideas about future projects that can be built on top of the Vex Change V2. To connect to the preview version of the decentralized exchange, it is first necessary to obtain VET and V4 tokens on the testnet facet. So, really important stuff. You've got to test this stuff. You can't just go, straight into these things without thoroughly testing them. So fantastic there. And however, developers should note that there are 3 bugs that could interfere with their experience using the Vex Change V2 preview. One is the inconsistency in the user interface and how browsers like Firefox or Chrome interact with VeChain's Sync2 wallet. And the Sync2 stuff, I think, is still in testing anyway. So we'll have to watch that. But it's fantastic, that Sync2, because that's going to make mainstream adoption for VET and the VeChain blockchain so much easier. So really want to watch that. But here's the Vex Change tweet, right? So Vex Change V2 developer preview, v2.vexchange.io, and all that kind of stuff. And you can see what's going on here. We're not going to click into that Medium post, but anyone who wants to check that out, go look out for Vex Change there. But, VeChain's decentralized exchange sets a new record. So the official Vex Change Twitter handle has reported on the growing usage of the protocol. In the last 24 hours, the exchange recorded a trading volume of $1 million for the first time. The tokens with the highest trading volume were V4 with 12 million VET, followed by 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗡𝗡 with 966,000 and SHA with 799,000 VET. So I think they actually mean 12 million V4. They're not VET, but anyway, nonetheless, that is what it is. But here's another tweet, right? So $1 million in trading volume for Vex Change, which is fantastic. And VeChain's core developer, 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗡𝗪, admitted that the high fees on Ethereum have left a gap that the Vex Change team could fill with lower fees. However, he also admitted that Vex Change's biggest problem is the lack of interesting tokens besides 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗔𝗡𝗪 and V4. So I think there's a little bit of work to go on there, obviously with adoption side of things. But if this thing does take off, I think it's definitely going to be putting a serious hole in Ethereum's, use case and everything going on there, because there's a lot of people, and we'll talk about this on the Cardano channel, Chris, with businesses on the Ethereum chain who, and there's 100 of them that are lining up waiting to move over to Cardano once the 𝗗𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗚 era is ushered in. So if there's 100 businesses wanting to leave Ethereum to go to Cardano, there's definitely going to be a portion of them willing to move over to VeChain, for example. So really interesting stuff. I'm sure there's going to be a major change. I can kind of feel it, Chris, happening in the space. And it's fantastic to see that VeChain are trying to move ahead with some of these other projects as well, moving into decentralized finance and getting this Uniswap V2 over on the VeChain 4 blockchain is fantastic. And everything that the VeChain are doing generally, I think, is going to be fantastic as well. And all of this, guys, does lead to an increase in the VET token price as well. So for those people holding VET and even V4 at this point, I think you're all going to do incredibly well. If we just have a really peak view, Chris, here, just at the chart for the VET token, you can see how we're still inside this parallel channel in a textbook move from this low end down here right to the top end here. We hit that price target of 8.3 and we've come back down naturally. Now what we want to see is actually this turn into support, which it appears to have done. And as long as we stay above this midway point of this parallel channel, I think we're still going to do very, very well and move on out of here. So we'll just watch that. We're no longer overbought on this daily chart. If I just go ahead and just quickly review the hourly, we can see that we're actually come back down in the same textbook style, Chris. We touch the same line every single time. So that's the 37 area on the RSI. We touch that line and we bounce right off of it. That's happened again. So we're doing really, really well when it comes to VET here. And yeah, everything looks really good and promising. But Chris, what is your take on all of this? Vex Change and Uniswap v2 and all that kind of stuff on VeChain 4. Obviously, VeChain's a fantastic project in your eyes. So, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, again, I think it's going to be great for price discovery. I guess once they've done like the PR side of things, and they're starting to get the adoption, and I don't think it'd be too difficult to do that. I think they just need to be clever in their approach. So hopefully that'll happen. I'd expect V4 and VET token to both increase, further due to this. I kind of feel that there's not a lack of use, but there's definitely more volume that needs to be pumped through this project in order to see price discovery. So this all aids that. And you know me, I am so bullish on VET. My biggest bag, which everybody knows. But yeah, it's nice to see it starting to make some moves, and I expect it to continue, and I expect it to grow and flourish in this bull run. I really do.
Absolutely, I totally align with that. And things are just heating up here with VET for sure, and the token's doing well. And this year is going to be an absolutely fantastic year for many projects, and VeChain is definitely going to be one of them. So if you guys have found this useful, informative, hit that like button. We both really do appreciate it. And of course, if you're new to the channel and you're not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing, because by subscribing, you'll be kept up to date with all of the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And you'll be kept well informed. It's free, so why not? And Chris, with all that said and done, we hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.